Hello everybody. Welcome on in. I'm Orion. We are back with more yet another Zombie Survivors. Today we are going to be running an explosive build, and we are still on the private beta. I know a lot of people want this to be public. It will be public very soon. I don't know exactly when this video goes live. It might be up by now. If not, it should be up any day now. So I know a lot of people are getting impatient wanting to play it because they're getting really excited seeing all the cool stuff you can do in this. It will be soon. So again, explosive build. There's 5 items we're going to try to get. We're going to try to get the trumpet, which when we get hit is going to do an explosion. We're going to pick up the pin drive. Whenever we open a chest or an SOS, we're going to create a really big explosion for 400 damage. We're going to run retaliation because I think retaliation will kind of pair well with this. So this, when we get hit, we're going to do an explosion, and then this, when we get, well, just when we get hit, yeah, receive damage. It's weird how they're different ones. When you get hit, when you receive damage, either way. We're going to get 50% attack speed and then an additional armor bonus. We're going to run the stretcher because when you don't have any sort of life regeneration, I think the stretcher is probably going to be a pretty good item for us. And then our 5th item is going to be the power glove, so we can get that extra 40% explosive damage. There's going to be room for one more item. We'll probably just pick whatever is the best thing that shows up. We're going to run 3 classes here. So we're going to run the tank as our main character. We're going to run the rocket launcher. We're going to run minefields, and then we're going to run the bombing strike. We're going to pick up SWAT second because SWAT's a good DPS character, and without having full meta progression, I think we need some good DPS early. So we're going to run the SWAT. Let's actually lower this a little bit and put that into this one, I think. So we're going to run grenade trail, but this build we might kind of pigeonhole into a corner. So grenade trail might not be that great for us, but the main thing we're going to be running here is the turrets, because once we get an evolution for these, we're going to be able to drop 2 turrets that are going to do explosive rounds. Our last character is going to be the Huntress. She gets explosive arrows. She's going to get the zombie decoy, and with arrow penetration evolution, if we get far enough, because Huntress is going to be our last character, so she's probably not going to get too far up the chain, but if you get this to evolution, whenever you penetrate an enemy, it does an explosion. It's also going to give us a synergy with arrow rain, which is going to drop a bomb. So it should be a decent explosion run here. So let's start. We're going to run tank as our main. We're going to run the normal stuff here. Going to run difficulty 1 still. So we're going to get 500 health points, 50 armor. Obviously, we're going to run the explosive damage tag and explosive damage. We're going to run additional damage of 25%. And then again, because we're not going to have any sort of healing here, we're going to run the healing badge for 5% health regen. I've run the rocket launcher a little bit in this game, and I do think it needs a buff. I don't think the explosion radius is nearly good enough. Sometimes you'll see it hit an enemy and it only does, it'll only kill one guy. It barely seems to do anything. So I don't know if it got nerfed at some point, but it's definitely not as good anymore. Our main thing here though is going to be this minefield. Minefield is going to be so good with this build, so we're going to try to max this one up super quick. It's definitely, I think, one of the most improved items from the previous update, because I think the evolution for this one is super good. If you get the shrapnel, it does so much damage. It's so good. So we're going to push this one up pretty quick. And then we'll try to get the grenade launcher. So the explosive tag, explosion, so you can see everything else here applies an effect like bleed, injure, electrify, toxify, burn, freeze. Explosive doesn't have any. I don't know if that's intended or not, but it doesn't seem that you really get much of a bonus by picking the explosive tag until you get to that plus 10 bonus, where we're going to start getting increased explosion radius. You do get increased damage each time, but other than that, there's no sort of tag on here that makes it get better and better each time. I don't know if that's gonna change at some point, but I kind of hope it does. All right, let's go Minefield again. I'm just gonna max out Minefield as soon as I can. And plus, it's a really cool weapon for an explosive build. It looks nice. It has big explosions. Okay, so here's the one we're gonna run, Shrapnel. Spawns twice as many mines on a larger area, drops fragmentation mines that deal additional slashing damage. So now whenever the mine goes off, it's just gonna do this shrapnel damage, which is really sweet. And plus, we're gonna drop way more mines now, so you can see how good this is. Okay, now we'll go shotgun. I'm also, you'll notice too, we didn't run really any rerolls this time. So it's gonna be a little bit harder to get the items we want to get. Because one, I wanted to make sure that we are picking up good damage. I think we'll take the slingshot here. Attacks against, oh no, injured enemy. Sorry, I was thinking that was the wrong one. Okay, let's actually re-roll this. Let's banish. Damage against an enemy is increased for 20% status effect. No, let's not banish that. Because we should get a decent amount of kinetic damage. And maybe slashing. Okay, let's re-roll these. Okay, power glove, cool. Oh, and here's this one too. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna lock down. I'm gonna lock down the trumpet. So when you get hit, creates an explosion dealing 100% damage. And now we get the power glove, which is gonna give us 40% explosive damage. That was good, that was good. We got two of them in one. I was a little worried there. Okay, we're probably gonna go more into ability, so let's go into ability damage. Shotgun. And so this is kind of why I say we're gonna sort of pigeonhole in an area, because I want to make sure that our mines are sitting where we want them to, and then on top of our turrets. So if we're running away from our turrets aren't going to be doing as well. And then I kind of want to just stick in an area where we're just going to be dropping mines on the same area too, so we can really just take advantage of all that explosive damage without having to keep running away. So once we get all that going, we'll definitely kind of pick a corner and chill in there. We'll like hold our ground. Okay, let's do bombing strike here. Okay, so we now have the tag up here, so we now have the bonus here. So we should be getting come on. I don't know why. It's a controller thing. Okay, so deals damage to all enemies within explosion range. So now we get an additional radius of 31% and then 179% damage. We'll go bombing strike. Let's do bombing strike again. For bombing strike, unfortunately, we do have to change the damage type. We either do the chemical bomb or the EMP bomb. I don't think that it affects the explosion damage though, even though it sort of changes the type. So we are gonna run that. Let's do bombing strike. But we're gonna run the EMP because one, I can't afford the cooldown of the chemical bomb. The cooldown on that is way too long. Okay, so we'll do the supercharge. So now it drops EMP bombs instead, dealing electrical damage, but it still keeps the explosion tag. So I'm not quite sure how this works yet. Okay, let's do the pump action. I'm actually gonna hold off a little bit on upgrading this to the rocket launcher too. I think I want to get the SWAT character before we do that, or at least my second character. I'm surprised we saw 2 items before an SOS too. Okay, so let's do ability attacks on full. We can actually, let's lock that down. Let's lock down the homing pigeon, and we can probably take that one next time if it shows up. Because ability attacks on full health enemies are always critical. But we're going to do the annoying trumpet. When you get hit, it creates an explosion. All right, ability duration. Oh, okay. No, I forgot. I had to kind of... I could have locked it down, I guess, but... because I would have preferred that to be on the SWAT character. I'm really surprised we haven't seen our SOS yet. Okay, let's do Fury Unleashed here. Oh, here's our SOS. Okay, so we're gonna hope for SWAT. Either way, this is not any of the characters we want. Reroll. Okay, we might take the Huntress here. I'll just take the Huntress. I don't have the rerolls to really afford to just keep doing it, and I do want to make sure that I prefer the items. Okay, let's do bow. Wow, that trumpet is really annoying. Because it makes the sound every single time. I'll be honest, I don't know if I've ever run that weapon. Okay, let's go into arrow penetration. Okay, let's go zombie decoy. Just bump up that explosive tag. Alright, let's do more penetration. This might be the most annoying sound effect build that we'll have in this game. You have the laughing monkey, and then we're gonna have the annoying trumpet going off. Okay, ability cooldown reduction, that's a good one. So we're gonna put that on the tank. I feel like that's never gonna get old. Okay, penetration again. You know, the annoying trumpet actually doesn't seem that bad. I guess early game, because late game you don't want to get hit at all. Right, you don't want to get hit at all late game. It's going to do way too much damage. Early game, it's probably decent. So we might replace it late game. Okay, so we'll do the ability attacks on full health enemies are always critical. Just until... because none of these are the ones we want, so let's take that. Let's go bow. Let's try to get to multi-shot at least, and then we can move on to explosive arrow. See, so here's where I talk about kind of just staying in one area, because we can just keep baiting the bosses into our mines and things like that. Let's do arrow rain. Let's at least get that, because we'll get the extra bomb drop. the game sort of changed to how the SOSs and crates work now too, because I think they always spawn next to you. All right, last character is the SWAT. We're gonna have to re-roll. Please don't make me do too many re-rolls here. All right, that was way too many. But there's our SWAT character. So SWAT character, the main priority I think for us right now, outside of maybe weapon upgrades, is getting our turrets to explosive now. So anytime we see turret, that's going to be a big one for us. Okay, let's do multi-shot then. Oh, we can get the rocket launcher now too, I think. Actually, let's hold off a little bit. I think I might want to get my turrets up first, because then we're going to have way too many slow firing weapons here. Okay, let's get our item crate. Okay, none of these. I guess we'll do our rerolls because I don't have to worry about our classes anymore. We could take the ban hammer and just banish everything until we get what we need, because it's gonna give us a free banish every time. But I don't think so. Let's banish. I actually don't think I want to banish any of these. I guess I'll just banish the ban hammer because we're not going to take that. Okay, so none of these yet. We have one more reroll. So we could reroll, or I could just take the scouter. We'll just take the scouter. That's a good item, so... Okay, let's do ability cooldown reduction, weapon critical damage. I would prefer the ability stuff, but I'm gonna go with the good weapon stuff. I'm gonna put it on SWAT. Okay, let's do pistol. We still don't even have our turrets yet. What I need to see here soon is a magnet. Okay, let's do multi-shot. Oh, here's the magnet. Cool. Let's get this magnet. Okay, let's do arrow penetration. Okay, so here it is. So it creates a small explosion on successful penetration. So we'll take that since it's there. Oh, only 2 level ups for that. Okay. Okay, let's do multi-shot, and then we'll get explosive arrow next. Still no turrets though. The turrets are I think the turrets are super important for us because that's one of the best abilities in the game right now. Okay, frozen arrow, no. Let's pick up... I'm not gonna re-roll these. We can do grenade trail, I guess. Alright, unfortunately none of these. Let's banish bleeding, because we're not going to get hardly any slashing. So let's just banish that one, and then we'll do a reroll here. Okay, so none of the ones we want again. I think I'll just take this wooden stick for now and get the 20. Usually this is better early game, but I'm not too impressed with many of these other items. So this one could be okay because we do have a decent amount of kinetic, but I'll just take the XP modifier until we get our next item, and then we'll just swap it out. Okay, let's do cooldown reduction on the tank. Let's do pistol. Okay, we'll do pistol again. All right, let's get the SMG. Let's do ricochet. We don't have ricochet. How do we not have turret yet? That's actually kind of mind-boggling that we haven't seen the turret at all. Okay, here's explosive arrows, so let's get that. All right, nothing we want here, unfortunately. We'll take nuts and bolts. Reduces movement and parrying effects when a damage is... that actually, this one could be good because it's going to be more higher chance. And we have both of these. Full health on full health. Nuts and bolts is pretty good, though. Yeah, let's do nuts and bolts. I think I would rather go with the potential to drop more items. Okay, let's do ability area, and we'll put that on the tank for his explosions, his bombs. This is gonna be arrow rain, and this one's not really gonna the helicopter, but let's do it on the tank. We need to get rocket launcher still too here. So let's work on getting that. Rocket launcher, turrets. I think that's really the few things that we need to get now. Okay, let's do the decoy. Dude, oh, here's the turret. Let's get the turret finally. So what items are we missing? We're missing quite a few. We're missing retaliation, the stretcher, and the pin drive. That's the problem with not running a bunch of rerolls. But I also didn't want to run a bunch of rerolls this game because I wanted to try to get a somewhat stronger build versus having to waste a badge slot on rerolls. Because those badge slots are really good. That seemed crazy. Okay, explosive arrow. Explosive arrows. Okay, here's retaliation. So anytime you receive damage, and we're gonna replace that with this stick because the stick is useless right now. So there we go. We got another one of our items. Okay, let's go with ability duration. We'll put that on SWAT. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen more of our shotgun upgrade, because I only need one more shotgun upgrade too to get to the rocket launcher. Okay, let's do... I really want it. Let's do the pump. Okay, we can lock down the turret. Let's lock that down and take the pump action. Okay, let's decoys now moves away from survivors before exploding. What does that mean? Decoy now moves away from the survivors before exploding. I don't know. We're just gonna take... I'm just gonna take the turret though. I guess I haven't... Have we not... I don't think we've done evolutions for the monkey bomb. So toxic. Decoys now last longer, but emits chemical clouds around it before it explodes. That's kind of cool. But we're gonna take the rocket launcher here. Okay, there's our stretcher. So let's take our oh, there's both of them. Okay, well, let's lock down. I think I'm gonna, oops. No, that, okay. I forget that doesn't work. Lockdown. Yeah, it doesn't work on the items when you're trying to do. I want to lock down stretcher. See, but now it's just gonna replace it. Dang. Okay. Since we're doing an explosive build, we'll prioritize this one, even though I really want the stretcher. Maybe not, because this one's gonna be so rare. But I let's just do it. We're gonna have to get rid of something that's better too. So let's do this weapon attack on full health enemies are always critical, because I think our abilities are gonna kind of ruin that full health thing. All right, let's do ability duration. Put that on the SWAT again. I want longer turrets. Let's go turret. Jeez. I love these explosions sometimes. It's those shrapnel grenades. So I think what we'll do is we'll put cooldown reduction on the tank, and then we'll put duration on the SWAT. Okay, let's go with rocket launcher again. Even though I know the rocket launcher kind of stinks here, I think. It seems that since I've taken the rocket launcher, the game has gotten harder. Okay, let's I don't think we're gonna switch out any of these. So we'll just skip this one. Right? Is it just me, or since we picked up that rocket launcher, have we been basically doomed to die here? This is getting nuts right now. Barely at the 20-minute mark, too. Okay, let's do saw blades. Did that not cause an explosion either? Ugh, that didn't seem to do anything when we got that SOS. Ooh, that's not a good hit to take. I kind of feel like that didn't do anything, getting that SOS. All right, let's just take this one. Oh, there's a magnet. I gotta get to that. But I can't risk too much here. Shoot! This is so hard right now. Okay, let's do more saw blades. Just for some more defensive measures here. Okay, let's do cooldown reduction on the tank. Oh, we're like one hit. This is it, guys. There's a health right in front of me. Okay, let's do Fury Unleashed. Oh, it's over. Dang. that got so hard there at the end. Oh man. Rocket launcher. So rocket launcher was doing 1500 DPS. Oh man, I really wanted to we didn't get the one thing I really wanted to get, which was the explosives on the turret, but other than that, I think we got a pretty good amount of what we wanted to get here. We got a full level zombie decoy, barely did any damage. Explosive arrows did a good amount. Shotgun, minefield did a lot. That was that our highest? No, outside of explosive arrows. Oh, it did more than the turrets too, but the turrets didn't get maxed out. But these minefields are really good. These definitely helped us in the early game. That got super chaotic there at the end too. I wish we would have got... Again, we kind of got robbed here because I really wanted to get that stretcher. And this was the exact reason why I wanted it. I think I should have taken it over this pin drive, especially since I don't know if this actually worked. Because I feel that when I got that SOS, it didn't do anything, but maybe when you open or react to. So when we react to, did it do it before we got it? But either way, this didn't do anything. This feels like such a wasted item. I definitely should have taken the stretcher, but I was a commit to the build type person here and I wanted to take the explosive item. But I do wish we could have locked down the other one and done that. But other than that, that was a fun run. It got super chaotic there at the end. Let's see. Yeah, damage is where I kind of thought it would be, you know. He obviously did the most. He had a lot of really high DPS items. Between the pump action, the minefield, the rocket launcher, the saw... Man, should I have put more points? Should I have done the saw blade a little bit more here? I only got that to level 2, and we're looking at 1700 DPS. I guess it's a little skewed because it was probably doing damage nonstop versus... So if we would have taken it early game, you know, it wouldn't have been hitting as many enemies all the time. So I think the damage number is maybe a little bit skewed here, but still, it didn't do that much less than the rocket launcher. Like total damage. Yeah, I mean, it was about as I expected. I was kind of surprised to see this have more DPS, but the pump action is still really good. Pump action is still such a good weapon. All right, well, there we go. Oh, we got this to 29, so we had an explosion radius of 49, 250 damage. We got kinetic up really high too, because a lot of these characters run kinetic too, like these two run kinetic. So does this character too with the shotgun. So that's it. That was our explosive build. It was fun. Not the strongest build, because we only got like 23 minutes out of this, so not the best build, but still fun, and it looks cool, especially those shrapnel mines. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you enjoy these videos, please like, subscribe, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.